Hi everyone. This video is just like a little bit more of like a chit chat. I feel like we get asked a lot of questions with this new adventure, like how long are you going to be doing this? Like what'd you do with all your stuff? So we're just going to answer some of those questions and also kind of recap on this assignment and our first travel, just to keep you guys all up to date on what we've thought so far. So I have like a little list of things we are going to answer. So, why are we traveling? So, we had a really cozy house in Gypsum, Colorado. We loved Gypsum. We worked at Vail. It was pretty bougie. We got to be outdoors. And so, I feel like a lot of our family might not understand why we would want to go travel. For me, I was excited to go see new places. Like I've travel nursed before. I've liked moving around, being in different cities, doing different outdoor activities. Love Gypsum, love Colorado, loved where we lived. But we'd been there for several years. We had done a really good job of exploring. So I was just excited to see something new.
Yeah. For me, traveling, the reason I wanted to do it was because, we did have the house and like the cool spot, but it was kind of like, what's next? For us to reach our goals financially, staying there would have taken a lot longer. So just the financial benefits of traveling was huge. We want to buy some property eventually, and I think this will just get us there a lot faster. Also, there's just so much stuff to see in the US, and what better way to do it than like go spend 3 months there, somewhere cool. So I think that's awesome. That's a really cool aspect of medical travel contracts.
Yeah. I think we are definitely, so some travel medical professionals pick their location based on money. And that's not to say we're not, but at the same time, I think we're very location-based travelers. Like we really wanted to come to the Central Coast. Alaska is very high on both of our list, summertime only. So Alaska, Central Coast, we're both very interested in Oregon. I loved Washington when I was there. I don't necessarily need to go back to Seattle, but one day Hawaii. We can even travel to Guam, which I think would be really fun.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I want to go to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Cool.
But I know a travel nurse who traveled there, and she was like, it's like rolling blackouts. Like if you need to if you have like machinery that runs off of electricity, which is a ton of medical equipment, like intubation stuff, you just have to bag your patients if they're intubated. She was a NICU nurse, so she had to just breathe for babies when the electricity would go out. So, some of the places might be a little sketch, but definitely
It'd be an experience.
And then you live in the U.S. Virgin Islands for 3 months.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll learn how to sail. So.
Yeah. And also this contract, is one of the lesser earning contracts for me, and I'm still making twice as much as what I was making in Vail. So that's huge. I feel like every contract from here on out is going to be more, which is cool.
My next assignment's kind of a big money assignment, which is great. We really want to pay off the van as soon as possible. So I think we should be able to do that pretty quickly, not next month or anything, but we'll be able to pay off the van and get that's
gonna be huge.
Stress out of our way so that we can start saving up.
All right, so this first assignment, my thoughts on it, it's going great. I am loving California. The weather's been amazing. Work has been really my least favorite part about it, but I kind of rolled the dice when I took this assignment. I went back to an OB assignment, and it's just not what I want to do. I really miss ortho and stuff like that. So I want to get back into either a main OR assignment or an ortho OR. So we'll see. Hopefully next go around. I just got it submitted to a main assignment, so that would be a lot cooler.
For me, I mean, we came here, we had a few different spots we wanted to go for our first assignment, and Monterey was one of the areas because my best friend Kellen is here. So anyone that was at our wedding, she was the maid of honor. So I'm sure you remember her. She's here with her boyfriend Kevin. He's from Carmel. And she's on a travel assignment while she does some NP school stuff. So it's been really fun to be closer to her. Our schedules are completely opposite, so we don't see her a ton. Like, I thought I would see her twice a week, but you know, we make plans and I see her more than when she was in Denver and I was in Vail. So that part's been really fun. It's been fun. We hang out with Kevin a lot more than we ever did than when we lived in Vail. So that's been fun. The California weather has definitely been awesome.
It's been great.
It's been warm. We've been surfing. I would say like the first assignment or like the first travel assignment is going about as well as I think it could have went. There was definitely some adjusting. Like, I'm in a new job. And just like leaving home and our comforts and things like that. So that took a little bit of adjusting. I think you might have had a little bit more hard time adjusting.
Yeah, the first few weeks didn't know how I really felt about it. I was having a hard time with my job because it was so different than what I was doing. I wasn't really enjoying it a whole lot. There's not really people there that I vibe with super hard because they're all like older women, and coming from my job in Vail, I made a lot of really good friends there. So like going to work every day was just hanging out with friends. So that was really cool about Vail. But yeah.
My assignment is at a hospital called Natividad. It's in, both of our jobs are in Salinas, but we're at different hospitals. My hospital population, so for starters, this part of California, like the Central Valley, grows the United States, like it grows like 90% of the US's produce for like so many things, like strawberries, Brussels sprouts, grapes, blah, blah, blah. Nuts, like 95% of the nuts in the US come from here.
Avocados, pomegranates.
Yeah. So it's a huge agricultural area. So there's a ton of migrant workers. So my first day at my job, the board at work that says like each patient in each room, they would just denote if the patient spoke English, because that was easier to note like the 2 out of 12 people on the unit that spoke English. So my Spanish has gotten way better, which
Mucho mejor.
Mucho mejor. Yeah. It's a very specific type of Spanish, like, you know, what medications do you take and what pharmacy do you prefer? So I'm not exactly like talking about the weather, but I feel like a few people know that I've been taking like community college classes for Spanish, been traveling to Spanish speaking countries, like learning Spanish has been a big goal of mine, but I suck at it. I'm terrible at learning Spanish, but I think at this job, it's gotten exponentially better. And the patients just appreciate when I try to. And if like one of the partners speaks English and the patient only speaks Spanish, they help me. So it's been fun to learn.
The patients are cool.
The patients are great. They're way sicker though. Like they're not just like these young, healthy mountain Colorado women coming in to have babies. They have comorbidities. They all have diabetes. They all have cholestasis and just like a bunch of risk factors in their pregnancy. I feel like Latino women just tend to have bigger families as well. So there was a day where this patient was on her 6th kid. This patient's on her 5th kid. And those things are like risk factors also. So just the more kids you have, sometimes the wilder the delivery, honestly. So that has been a big change. Whereas like in Vail, people have like 2 kids. So the whole population change I think has been I've really enjoyed it. I think most of the time it's fun. I've had a couple of rough weeks where I just get ground into the ground. Like my feet hurt, and I ordered more compression socks because I'm clocking 7 miles at work. But I think it's been really fun to get into somewhere a little bit more busy.
Yeah, it's been a lot busier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next question is, why are we moving on from this spot? Well, JC scored a sweet assignment down south about 2 hours in Santa Maria, which is right by SLO, San Luis Obispo, which is where my really good buddy Matt lives. So we'll be like 20 minutes from him, which is I'm really excited about. I'll get to hang out with him a lot. I currently don't have a job down there yet, but we just had some pop up today, so fingers crossed. Hopefully something goes through. We still have like 3 weeks before my assignment's up, so I have a little bit of time. Yeah, we're really excited. We're gonna be living in Pismo Beach, and it's just
sounds like you said Pismo.
That it did sound like Pismo. But yeah, it's just like a sleepy little beach town. And our house is like a block from the pier there, and that's the surfing spot also. So we'll be able to just walk to the beach every day if we want, which I think we're gonna be doing a lot of. So I'm really excited about that. Also, we're leaving. I wanted to get away from our landlady a little bit. So it's nice. We're excited to get away from her.
We had originally asked my job about extending here. This was kind of like the catalyst of like, are we moving on or not, was if I could extend at my job, and Silas would have just found a different job because he doesn't like his that much. But the hospital is not working with our travel agency anymore after the new year. So my contract's up the last week of December. So I couldn't extend. So if I wanted to keep working at that hospital, I would have to like get on with a new agency and completely onboard again, which is so not worth it. Or like move to a different hospital. But again, that was kind of when we were like, well, that's a lot of work. We like our living situation, but not our landlady. So Inside doesn't really like his job. So he was going to have to move jobs also. So we're like, well, pack it up and go somewhere else. We were looking at either like the Santa Cruz area, which we've loved going to.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, watch our Capitola video. Yeah, we've loved Santa Cruz or San Luis Obispo, which has always been one of our first choice spots to go. So it worked out that I was able to pretty quickly get a job down there. The pay is great and the housing is great down there. We got another like 2-bedroom, 1-bath situation. I'll be 20 minutes from work. If the job Silas applied to today goes through, he'd be 5 minutes away from work. I'm trying not to get my hopes up about that, but so I'm super excited. So,
all right, next talking point is the fishing. How has the fishing been? So the fishing has not been great. The first 8 times out fishing, I didn't catch anything. Like no bites, nothing. Lost a bunch of tackle. Yeah, not great. Then I talked to a local who showed me how to catch this one fish that's in the surf. And it worked, and I caught some. So that was cool. And then me and my buddy Kevin went out on a boat and caught a ton of fish, and that really scratched the fishing itch. But there's not a whole lot of fishing opportunity out here. But yeah, it's been cool. We caught some fish, so yeah, got it done.
So I feel like when we told our families we were moving to California, I think both sets of our parents were kind of like, California? Like, what? Like, you're gonna go live with those kooks out in California? So just this is a little bit of how we think California has, ow, it's my hair, how California has measured up to the stereotypes. Yeah, I think it measures up to the stereotypes great, and I love it. It's sunny, the people are happy, everyone feels good. I just read a study that was saying if you live within a kilometer of the ocean, your like mental health is just exponentially better. They don't the like depression. Yeah, did you? Yeah. Internet is directing us towards things. That you're just happier. And it's true. Like, I've not been honked at in traffic. What was that face for?
Traffic here is nuts.
Yeah, but the people don't care. They're happy people. Also, he thinks it's nuts compared to Gypsum, Colorado. We had one stoplight. I don't even think the traffic's that bad. We have not.
I've had a couple people just ride my butt a lot more frequently, which is annoying, but whatever.
That's just how people drive here.
Yeah.
But as far as the stereotypes of California,
everybody we see driving is smiling.
Yeah.
One day I pointed it out to JC, and literally every single person that we passed was just smiling while they were driving. And we're like, what the heck is going on here? Are these real people?
Yeah.
Are they robots?
We'll be walking, Jerry, and this some old man will stop us and be like, "You guys must be new here. I don't know your dog," and just chit chatty. Everybody's
very nice.
High on life. A big portion of our job is tax-free stipends, so I feel like we don't get taxed out the wazoo quite like people think when you think of California. The sales tax is pretty high, and then gas prices have been high, of course, but right now it's $4.05. I know, they trick you. First they make the gas $5.20 so that when it's $4.05 you're happy again. So
man, gas when we got here was $1 million. It was crazy.
Filling up the van was super expensive. Do you have any more input on things like that? Silas hasn't had a problem with his guns, but he hasn't tried to go hunting. Your fishing rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of fishing rules, and they change day to day, which is kind of tough to keep up with. But I guess I get it. This is a huge state, and there's a lot of people that would abuse it. So when we were out on the boat, just our one boat probably caught 300 fish, and if that wasn't regulated, I could see how the populations would just get wiped out real fast. But rules, whatever. I mean, just different state rules. I do miss hunting, but maybe I'll get into it while we're out here. All right, so what I miss about Colorado, I really miss all the friends that we had there towards the last 6 months to a year that we were living there. We made a lot of really good friends that we could consistently hang out with on the weekends, which was great. I miss all those guys. Also, we had some family in Denver and family friends, whatever, Joe and Lizzie and your brother, and just a lot of good friends. So I miss that about Colorado. I also miss just our area we were in. We had a lot more open space to go do whatever we wanted and not run into people, and that's a little harder to do here. I mean, it's not crazy packed, but there's definitely people everywhere you want to go. But our house, we could just go out the back door and be on trails away from people, which was awesome. I mean, it's just something new while we're traveling, so I miss that.
Yeah, I definitely agree that I miss having our Denver family so close. I miss Jake and Tori and Eliza and Claire. And then Joe and Lizzie, Kellen and Kevin are there when they're not here with us also. And then a lot of our Vail friends. Again, we started having a pretty solid crew, his little surgery center crew that we would camp with and River Day and all these fun
really
things.
Good friends.
So miss them for sure. I was also in a really, really good place with my Vail job. I won this big award the week before we left.
It's the biggest award the hospital gives out.
And And like the whole time people are like, oh my gosh, like congrats, we're so lucky to have you. And like, granted, like my boss and most people knew that I was like leaving, but there's like HR people who don't know and like don't know stuff. And they'd be like, we're so lucky to have you. And I'm like, I leave in like a week. I didn't say that, but I was PRN, so I was like cherry picking my schedule. I created a new program at work. I don't know. Vail is a very nice place to work. So if anyone's looking for a job,
I felt like you were getting sick of it though. But I mean, like we had been there for a while, and it was just like the same thing.
Yeah, we had been there for a while. I had that job for 6 years. I wasn't looking to like grow. Like I was never gonna like go into like management or anything. But the patient population is a lot smaller, it's healthier, it's just, yeah, I was definitely ready to leave my job. I was just also, it's okay to like be ready to leave your job, but also acknowledge that I was like in a really good place with my job.
Yeah, it was a great place to work.
So yeah, it's like, it was a little bit of a teeter-totter there, but yeah. And then, yeah, I miss our neighborhood for sure. As much as I like this like little cute small place we live now, like I did love our home. It was
nice having our own space.
Loved having our own space. We had a garage.
Yeah, it's been a while since we rented from somebody, so
yeah, just like
that was a big change.
Big change for sure. So, but yeah, definitely miss a lot of things. But I'll be honest, like I don't miss the snow right now.
No.
I don't miss skiing. We have a ski trip planned, and that's good enough for me this year. I feel like we're out and about way more, especially with Jerry here, than we would be in this season in where we live. So like November and December where we live is muddy, it's cold. There's been single digit temps, and we do like a 20-minute walk with Jerry. And sometimes that's like as much as we do. Whereas here he's like on the beach 4 times a week running rampant. So
yeah. And also another aspect to traveling is we're only here for 3 months. So we have to like just get everything out of this place like as quick as we can. So we're doing so much, like trying to see everything right here while we're here. So I think like we've been doing a lot.
Yeah. Whereas at home we get a little bit complacent, like the weather's not absolutely perfect today, so maybe we won't go on this hike. Whereas here it's like, well, the weather's not perfect here, but it's the day we have off, so this is what we're doing. I really missed getting a Christmas tree this year. That's by far like my favorite holiday season thing that we do. So we didn't go get a Christmas tree, which I was definitely a little bit sad about, but it's fine.
I miss duck hunting.
Yeah, you miss ducks.
Yeah.
But on that, not that topic, but the Jerry topic, I feel like we get asked a lot how Jerry's doing or how he likes it. Jerry loves it. Jerry loves the beach more than I've ever seen him love anything. He's not a mountain dog. He is not he's
a river dog.
He's a beach dog.
Yeah.
He's a beach boy. He loves it. Yeah.
If we don't take him to the beach one day, he gets like visibly upset. Like
sullen.
Yeah, he gets sad. He's like, why are we not there? There's so much good stuff on the beach to eat. There's so much good like water to play in. What are we doing at home? Yep. Like we have to get out there.
Unlimited sticks, seaweed to pee on, weird beach animals.
Other dogs.
I think he likes walking on the sand. I think he feels good on his little crunchy bones.
Yeah, he loves it.
So yeah, don't worry about Jerry. The thing you'll have to worry about is if we move away from the beach.
Yeah. All right, and everybody's also wondering how long we're thinking we're going to be doing this. My answer is until we can't stand it anymore. So far, it's been a blast. I don't really foresee us not wanting to do this anytime soon. So like 5 to 10 years, probably. I mean, maybe, who knows? We're still so early into it. But yeah, I'm having a great time. It's just so cool seeing new places. Like this experience has been awesome so far. and I think it's just gonna keep being awesome if we keep going new places. There's nothing like being somewhere new and experiencing all the stuff that place has to offer. So
I kind of say the same thing. I usually like start with like at least 5 years. I do think there'll come a time when we're like, dang, I am like really tired of moving our stuff to and from and learning a new job. So I think once the like fun of it wears off and the benefit of like the money wears off and we know where we want to live forever, like all comes together, I think that's when we'll stop. But that's like such a random, it'll just happen when it happens. So until then, we will be on the road. Pretty much you can guarantee we don't know what we're doing in 6 months.
Yeah.
And we won't know until like 2 weeks before. So I feel like
planning is difficult.
Yeah, planning's difficult, but
with this stuff, yeah.
But I think we're both fine with that, which is funny for me because I'm like the planner.
No,
but
just on the fly, which is great. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's another perk.
Yeah.
It's just like, who knows where we'll be next year.
Yeah.
There's also the potential of like, we go somewhere like Santa Maria and we go back there every winter because we know the place, good money, good location. So you can put places kind of like on your favorites list and they like you like them, and you just go there every year. So there's options to do things like that if just moving to different places gets too tiring. So, but yeah, right now it is,
sweet.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.